My name is Betty Carroll, and I have been a part of the Academy of St. Paul for 30 years. When we moved to Ramsey, my oldest son entered first grade, and I began subbing at St. Paul's School. Everyone was so warm and friendly, and they welcomed us into a loving and caring community. As time went on, I became the 7th and 8th grade math teacher, the 8th grade homeroom teacher, and now assistant principal. The Academy of St. Paul is committed to maintaining high academic standards despite being in a pandemic. Our principal, Tracy Graham, formed a reopening team consisting of Operations Manager Karen Kurtz, Technology Integration Specialist Chris Geisen, Office Manager Jessica Evans, our Principal Tracy Graham, and myself. We continue to work very hard to ensure that we do everything to make sure our school is safe while keeping it aesthetically pleasing and student-friendly. We have followed all the recommended guidelines provided by the State of New Jersey, the CDC, the Archdiocese of Newark, and science experts within our very own community. The Academy of St. Paul strives to provide academic excellence in an atmosphere of love and Catholic Christian values through scholarship, spirituality, and service. What are you waiting for? Why don't you join our school?
Welcome to the Academy of St. Paul. My name is Jessica Evans and I'm the school secretary. I also graduated St. Paul's and have sent 4 of my children here. 3 of them have graduated and gone on to Catholic high schools and Catholic colleges, and my youngest is currently in the 7th grade. St. Paul's is a wonderful school. It is a family environment. Most of our staff have either attended the school or have sent their children to the school, so we have a vested interest in how well the school does. We have worked very hard during the pandemic and COVID times to ensure that we are open and we are teaching our children all day long. We've put plexiglass around the desks. We have spacing stickers in the hallways. We've worked really hard. We have temperature checks every morning, and our level of curriculum has not been decreased at all. In fact, our teachers are working harder than ever as they are doing a dual role of teaching in-class people as well as children that have decided to remain remote for the semester or for the school year. You'll never find a school where the staff is more dedicated to the enrichment and the well-being of your children. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Miss Tara. I am the pre-K3 teacher here at St. Paul's. This is my first year here. I started in September. I came from another Catholic school that had closed, so I am familiar with Catholic education. I actually went to Catholic school all my life and graduated from IHA many, many years ago. So Catholic school is something that is very important to me, and I was really happy that I was able to find a spot at another Catholic school. The staff and faculty here have been so welcoming and supportive since I started. It was clear from the beginning that St. Paul's is a very welcoming and supportive community. Since this year is definitely not a traditional year, the faculty and staff worked extra hard, just putting in extra time, trying to get me up to speed with everything they have been doing over the summer. Came in, we met at different times in the summer just to make sure that I was comfortable with the software and, the remote learning and all these things that we're doing. It was just so nice. And, they're so helpful, which was really great. I think their commitment to the education of students at St. Paul's here is truly inspiring. It's definitely what I love most about the community here. They work hard to make sure that the students are not only getting an excellent education, but that they also still have a variety of opportunities to serve their community and to grow in their spirituality, even in the midst of a pandemic. They're pulling it off, and it's great, you know. I love the fact that everybody is able to just come up with new ways of doing old things, and the kids are having fun, and it's really been a wonderful experience this year. The pandemic has been quite a challenge to schools all over the world, and when I applied to St. Paul's, one of the things that stuck out to me was the fact that by the beginning of August that they had a plan posted for this school year. Parents knew that their kids were going to be going back full time. Parents knew that they had the option of remote and how that was going to work, and they were doing trainings with the parents to make sure that they understood the computer programs and stuff that they were learning. So, you know, I really feel like it's not just, you know, the teachers and the staff who are invested, but it's also the parents who are invested. Everybody was taking extra time to make sure that this year was going to be successful for their children. And, you know, to me, that's one of the important things at a school, is just everybody working together for one common goal. And that is definitely what is going on here at St. Paul's. And due to the communication and flexibility between the faculty and the staff and the parent community, it's really made things run smoother, I think, you know. If we have to go remote, which we did, I think, once or twice, it wasn't that hard. All the kids have devices, you know. We just switch it over and we can do it. And it's not as scary as it initially may seem at the beginning of the year. And, you know, we are balancing teaching kids in class and teaching kids out of class, who are home, who are remote, and it's working. So I think one of the things that's important about St. Paul's is the community here, the willingness of everyone to work together. As a pre-K teacher, I have to say I've been very impressed with my parents. They work very hard, and they have done some really fun things with us, and they've been troopers through this whole thing. Today we made a huge mess, making oobleck all over the classroom, and our friends at home were making it, and it was everywhere. But the kids had so much fun. And, you know, as a pre-K teacher, I think, you know, not only should they learn about solids and liquids, which is what we were talking about, but also have fun when they're doing it. And the fact that the parents have been so willing to do all these things at home as well. You know, I think it says a lot about the value of education here at St. Paul's. The other thing I wanted to mention is, as a pre-K parent, you might want to know, you know, how do 3-year-olds go all day wearing a mask, right? And when I started in September, you know, I had friends and people saying, I can't do this, it's too hard wearing a mask all day. Well, you know what? The 3-year-olds did an awesome job, and they still are. I think they've never been in school before, so they don't realize that you didn't have to begin with. So they come in and they're used to it, you know, especially by now. It's not even an issue. We're so busy playing and learning and writing and doing all these things that they don't even have time to worry about the mask. And none of them, even in September, ever complained about it. So, you know, if you're concerned about that, it's not a problem here. It's working, and we're having a lot of fun, and I feel very blessed to have become a part of this community here at St. Paul's. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Carrie Lynn Kurtz, and I am the Pre-K-4 teacher here at the Academy of St. Paul. This is my 10th year teaching, but I have been a part of the Academy of St. Paul history for just a little while longer than that. I am very fortunate enough to be able to say that I am an alumni from this school. I graduated with the class of 1999. I started here in 1990 in kindergarten, and honestly, I never left. During high school and college, I would do volunteer hours, or I would help out with the school carnival, because my mother is also a teacher here, and she's been here since I was in 7th grade. One of the things that I love the most about being here at the Academy of St. Paul is the feeling of family when you're here. whether you're volunteering for lunch duty, or you are working trunk or treat, or you are working your shifts at the carnival. There is so much camaraderie, and it's such a loving atmosphere to be in. I'm not gonna lie, that last year in March when our school shut down, it was hard. But as a faculty and as a school, we all came together. We were making videos for our classes so that way they could still learn, and we were hosting weekly Zooms so that way the kids could all see each other. But not only that, inside of our classrooms, we are also doing things as a school community, like we did a drive-by event where the teachers were lined up in the parking lot and our families could drive by, and they could drive by as many times as they wanted to come and say hi to their teachers, because everyone just missed being around each other. And honestly, that was one of my favorite days last year, was the drive-by event, because I missed seeing not just my students, but my whole entire extended family that I wasn't able to see anymore because of the safety of others. I hope that I get to see you become a part of our family here at the Academy of St. Paul soon. As a teacher, I can't say enough wonderful things about the people that I work with and what we do here, but as an alumni, I can honestly tell you that if I didn't receive the foundation that I received here, I would not have been set up for the success that I had in high school, college, and most recently in my master's program. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to anyone here. We will all answer whatever questions you have. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope I see you soon.
Hi, welcome to St. Paul's. My name is Lorena Munoz. I am currently the kindergarten teacher here, and I have to say I absolutely love it here. I'm a parent as well as a teacher. I'm a parent of a graduate from St. Paul's, and I'm also the parent of a current third grader here. I can honestly say that my son was absolutely prepared for high school. He found the confidence that he needed, the motivation, the support. It was an absolutely wonderful place, and my third grader as well. We absolutely love it here. The most wonderful thing I can say about St. Paul's is your community of teachers, your community of families, and your community of students. We are truly a family here. We support each other, we grow with each other, we learn from each other, and it really is a wonderful place to be. So I highly encourage you to come to St. Paul's, where you will find a family unlike any other. Not only are the children academically very well prepared, but like I said, the support, the confidence, it's all there. It's all there. So come on, take a look.
Hello and happy Catholic Schools Week. So I have a quick story. This past week, the sixth graders were asked to step up and help with readings and the cantering, the singing for the Mass that we had on Monday, which was for the Feast of the Conversion of St. Paul. And I sent two very capable students over to the church with the rest of the school watching here in our classrooms. And when they returned, they did an amazing job. And when they returned, I was talking to our singer a little bit and asked her how she felt. And she said to me that when she started singing, she was a little nervous, but then she felt okay and felt very confident after that. So I said to her that peace, that confidence that she felt, and she displayed that in her singing as well, that was the Holy Spirit. That was the Holy Spirit with her in every way. And I thought to myself how much I love having conversations like that with our children. It means so much to me to teach at a school where we do not have to leave our faith at the door. Anyway, my name is Karen Flanagan, and I am the sixth grade homeroom teacher here at Academy of St. Paul, and I teach math to all the students in grades 4, 5, and 6. I first came to Academy of St. Paul in the fall of 1995. I have three children who were all educated here for 9 years. And around the time they were finishing up, I did sub for many years, but around the time they were finishing up, 2008, 2009, I came on full time. And now it was my turn to be here. I can honestly say that I love teaching here, and the people that I work with and the curriculum that I'm given, combined with being able to share my faith, is very, very important to me. And it's very evident when you walk through our hallways and when you take part in our classroom activities. So as It relates to the pandemic. We are doing a great job here at Academy of St. Paul. I thought I would have to spend so much time saying to the children, pull up that mask, pull up that mask. But as it turns out, I do not find myself saying that all day at all. We have our acrylic dividers around each of our desks, and some of the students have actually said to me, when the pandemic is over and we don't have to have these anymore, especially the masks, can we keep the dividers? Can we keep our dividers? I think they actually like them. It's like a little cubicle for them to be in, but they can see very clearly through their divider. So that's a great thing. I think that the pandemic has been very difficult on the nation. It's been difficult on everyone, but the students here at Academy of St. Paul have truly stepped up. Some of us are learning online 100% of the time, and those students have really done a great job learning all of the new platforms, ClassKick, Google Classroom, tests on Socrative, and other web-based programs that we use to communicate with them and see them. They're on screen, on camera, all day long, and when needed, some of us, I am very available for extra help every day from 2:30, 3 o'clock until sometimes 6 or 7 o'clock at night, depends on the night, Monday through Thursday. And if they need extra help, they can come and see me then. And I think that everyone is doing the very best they can to meet every need that our children have. So I'm very proud of Academy of St. Paul and the way we've been able to handle all things pandemic related.
Hi, my name is Laura Miles, and I'm a teacher and a parent at the Academy of St. Paul. In honor of Catholic School Week, I would like to share with you my experience in Catholic school education. So I went to Catholic school my whole life, so naturally when my children were little, I started to think about Catholic schools for them as well, because my experience was very positive, and I wanted to share with my children that same experience that I had had as a child. So my husband at the time was not Catholic. So he said, Laura, you go out, you go find the best school, and then you come back and tell me the one that you've chosen. So I did. I went around, I went to every Catholic school, but when I walked into the Academy of St. Paul, something about the building just felt like I was home. And I still remember the person who took me on that tour many, many years ago. And I went home and I told my husband, this is the school. So we came on Sunday for Catholic Schools Week. I wanted to show him the school, and we had an 8th grade girl who took us on our tour. And after the tour, my husband said, Laura, if our daughter comes out to be anything like this young lady that took us out on our tour, then this is the school for us. So I immediately enrolled my child, and she started St. Paul, and she went through, the 8 years. And mind you, she was a very shy little girl. She, sucked on her sleeve during kindergarten, all that kind of stuff. So we weren't talking like a very outgoing child. So in 8th grade, when it was Catholic Schools Week that year, she took her own tours around. And my husband and I felt like everything we had hoped that she would become and that she would get from this education at St. Paul, it all came true for us. So we really felt like it was just an amazing experience for all of us. Now, my other 2 children, another one has graduated from there, and I still have another one in 8th grade, but we feel the same exact way for each one of our children. And I love St. Paul so much that I decided to volunteer for giving tours around the school. And that was very easy for me because I loved talking about the school and all the opportunities that were offered there. And ultimately I subbed and then became the Spanish teacher. But it wasn't until I started working that I really saw what was happening, like behind the scenes, and, all we see as parents is just the tip of the iceberg of what goes on. And I really have to tell you that I admire the staff and the faculty at St. Paul so much because they're so kind and caring and patient and qualified to do their job, and most of all, they're dedicated 100% to every single child as an individual. So I hope that you will come to St. Paul for a tour and see our beautiful school, and I hope that ultimately you will become a part of our St. Paul family.